The basic idea behind African Mobilities was to show the diversity of the ways in which Africans move, not only in terms of migration, but also the circulation of ideas, the circulation of aesthetics, the circulation of sound, and also the fact that cities in Africa are incredibly dynamic places. So the purpose of African Mobilities was really to invite researchers, artists, architects to think about creative strategies to make sense of a continent and a set of locations that are in motion.
Coming together, we created a Mad Horse City, which envisions Lagos of 2115 and tries to explore and speculate how, different people are going to interact with their environments and communities. Through dreams, the poorest of the poor are able to live out other experiences or borrow the experiences of other people that have been documented and recorded, and are able to subvert their own local, immobilities and, making themselves more mobile in virtual spaces, despite not being really mobile physically.
We sort of took that as a cue to think about the historical questions about mobility, but also this contemporary question about how you move through the city and how you could use tactics of mobilization, like protest, to make critical political points within cities.
When we talk about mobility, we're not using the other M word, which is migration, which puts Africans in a certain context of refugees always wanting something, needing to go somewhere, needing to escape. This is much more about volitional moving. I want to go there and I want to do this. And it's really important for us to remember that this is how all people in the world move.
Coming to this exhibition really will give people another view on the continent and work practices and architecture and the potential of mobility.
Afrika ist ein Kontinent, der jetzt in der Gesellschaft vielleicht nicht so mit Architektur gleich in Verbindung gesetzt wird, und deswegen freue ich mich halt sehr, dass man eben hier in München auch mal über Afrika eine Ausstellung macht. Genau.
So we've been traveling around the African continent for about 6 to 7 months, having workshops in 7 different cities, including New York. And I'm hoping that you can make it down to the Architecture Museum in Munich to see the results of all of this wonderful work by this incredibly diverse group of artists, architects, thinkers, philosophers, musicians, filmmakers, and academics.
It's an amazing initiative, and I think it's really going to have us looking at the way people from the African continent move in a different way.